All right, what's up, YouTube people? I'm back. So, I know there's not a lot of prospect talk in the summer, and there's not a lot to talk about, but I was thinking about doing a prospect ranking for each team, like a prospect pool ranking if you want. So, like, go from number 32 to number 1, and talk about all the prospects that I've seen throughout the years and rank them, give them some kind of evaluation and overall grade. So, yeah, so let's get this started with the Tampa Bay Lightning. So first, before we get started, I wanted to show my ranking scale. Like, the first part of it is a letter attributed to the ceiling of the player. Like, obviously any player can get much lower than their ceiling. Some won't even play in the NHL. But we can see here that A+ is going to be a superstar and A is going to be a top third of the NHL at their position. A- is a top line player, B+ top 6 low end top line. B player is a second line, a B- is a low end top 6 top 4, and from there you got the C+, where it's like a top 9 player, and C is bottom 6, C- is a fourth line player, D a 13 forward. So those are the letter that I attribute to the players for their ceiling. Then there's the chance of reaching the potential. So if I put it 1, it's 100%. So I mean, no player has a 1, basically. Maybe a McDavid in his draft year, and even then, like, you never know, something can happen. 2 is very likely, so more or less 80%. 3 would be likely, 60 to 70%. A 4 is a coin toss, so he might get there, might not get there. We don't really know. 5 is he has a chance, like a 30-40%, and 6 is most likely not, under 30% chance to reach his potential. All right, so now let's go see the prospect. So here on this page, the players that are highlighted in blue are the players that I want to talk about. They're the players that I feel the most confident about evaluating, that I've seen enough to evaluate. I've seen some games of Gage Concaves, Jack Finlay, Hugo, even MacArthur. I've seen some. I feel good enough to evaluate them, but they're really not exciting in my opinion. I know some people are high on Jack Finlay, but geez, I can barely see him being like a fourth line player, so I'm not sure I want to talk about that. But even though Tampa Bay is number 32 on my list, they still have some pretty good prospects. If we start here with Isaac Howard, he's not the biggest guy, obviously, at 5'10" and 180 pounds, but he had a really good production in the USDP. So here we can see he had 82 points in 60 games for 33 goals and 49 assists. And if we go at the gradings, just to let you know, I'm using the same grading that I use for my prospect ranking at the beginning of the summer. So I can put that on the screen so you guys can see what is my evaluation. But we can see here the skating at 6, hockey sense at 6. Skating at 6 for a player that's 5'10" could be problematic. It depends if the guy is smart enough to get out of trouble. But yeah, he can compensate elsewhere because he has really good puck skills, so he's capable of attacking triangles, and he has one of the best set of hands in the draft last year, so that could help him. He has shot 6, compete 6, playmaking 6.5, so a good passer, good puck skills. Everything else is pretty much average, so he could become a top 6, and I would say it's likely. Like, it's not super likely, it's not for sure, but he has a good chance to get there. So B- with a 3. All right. So if we go with Jack Thompson, another defenseman that I really like, actually, when he was traded at Sioux Grion, he really took over his game, and he was playing super well. Not the greatest skater, okay, under average, that's for sure, but I think it's gonna be a problem mostly on the defensive side. He's not a great backward skater. He could work on it, obviously, but he's super smart. So if he can work on his stick game with his smart, he could be able to defend at the NHL level. But I think he's gonna need a little bit of he's gonna need to get better at skating to do this. All right. So smart player, hockey sense 7, playmaking average 6, compete average, has a good shot, so a 7 there, and puck skills at 6. So once again, top 4 with coin toss type of chance of reach his potential. So pretty good player there. The other player will be Daniil Pylenkov. I'm so bad with names. I'm not sure if it's Pilenkov, I don't know. If I'm not mistaken, he played in the KHL last year too. So he had 11 points there in 43 games. Let's just go confirm that he played. It's his second season in the KHL. Then a Pilenkov. Yeah, so last year here, 43 game, 11 points, 5 goals, and the year before, KHL again, 54 games, 19 points. So he's doing pretty good. I mean, for a defenseman in the KHL at that age, at 21 years old, he's doing pretty good. So he has a chance to play, that's for sure. So if we go back here to the grading, we can see same thing as Thompson. Not the greatest skater, but if you can work on it, it's going to be fine. It's one of the easiest things to work on, even though it's not easy. It's the easiest probably. So a 5 there, hockey sense 5, playmaking 5, compete 6, shot 6, puck skill 5. So not an exciting player, but could become something. Could become like a bottom pair player, which you need those, and you want them on entry level contract, or you want them not too expensive. So yeah, so that's a good it's a good bet. So C minus 5 there. One that I really like, Nico Hutanen. All right, 6'2", 210, 19 right wing, shoots right, plays for Silvertips, 65 game, 77 points, 37 goals, and 40 assists. He has a really good shot. So once again, which is kind of the story with Tampa Bay, is the skating is not great. You're going to need to work on it. I think next year he's going to Liga, so he's going to be playing with men. So we're going to see if he's capable of putting a decent production next year. But I think with his shot, if he can get open, he has a good chance to be able to produce. I think he's a good player. So skating, number 5, got to work on it. Hockey sense, not his strength too. He's a shooter, not a hockey sense type of guy. Playmaking, average. Compete, average. Shot, very good shot. I could put 7.5 here. Puck skills, average. So I see a top 9 type of player. All right, so C plus 5. Has a chance to get there. It's not likely, but we have a better idea next year what it's going to be. But with his shot, a shot like this always gives you a chance to be an NHL player. All right. So the last one that I wanted to talk about is Ilya Usov. I'm not sure. 6'1", 185, 21 years old. Center, shoots left. Played in the KHL last year. Same thing. I just want to confirm if it's. Do I even have him? No, I don't even have him there. All right, so not a problem. So 40 games in the KHL for 26 points, 9 goals, 17 assists. He's average pretty much everywhere. I mean, a hockey sense and shot, I put it a little bit under average. I mean, his shot, we could put it at 6. It's nothing special, but it's not necessarily weak. Good skating, good size, good playmaking, good compete, good puck skills. All right, he's not the smartest player on the ice. He doesn't have the hardest shot, but he's average at pretty much everything. So, type of player that you can see in your top 9 that can maybe play up and down the lineup if you need him. With Tampa Bay, they probably don't need him to play up the lineup, so that's fine. So he can stay in his element and play in the bottom 6. But yeah, I think I put a 4 there, but I think he's with a size, with good size and good skating and average everywhere else, he has a decent chance to make it to the NHL. So that's always good for Tampa Bay. They're capable of getting players later in the draft, or even sign them and have players that's going to fill their bottom 6 in the future. They have their superstar for the top 6. They don't need anything else for now. So they're going to be able to fill those players. And Isaac Howard actually was a good grab this year. So overall, they have a decent depth and decent prospect in their prospect pool. It's nothing exciting, but I could see Isaac Howard and Jack Thompson being the kind of exciting player in their prospect pool. And other than that, other players that I can see that have a chance, like maybe Eamon Powell or Jack Finlay, Gage Gongaves, Gabriel Fortier. even maybe Halnefelt, man, he had a bad year. He had a very bad year in the AHL. But like any prospect, the thing is they can just bounce back and have a monster year, and now all of a sudden they're on the top of the prospect pool. So you just never know. You can watch them as much as you want, but it's not a straight line. Development is not a straight line. They can just move up and down the prospect pool. So he has a chance. Same thing for Jack Finley, Gage Goncaves, Gabriel Fortier. He already played a little bit, like I said earlier, and Eamon Powell. Other than that, I don't see the other one ever playing. But like Groshev, I never seen him, so I don't have an educated opinion on him. But Dylan Duke, I saw him like maybe once, and MacArthur, I didn't pay attention to him, but I saw him when I was watching the QMJHL. So, like I said, they're not educated opinions, but I can see Hugo, Fortier, Finley, Gongaves, and Powell have a chance to play in the NHL, but probably not. All right. So let me know if you agree with my assessment. If you don't, you can let me know too. And that's about it. All right. So Blue Chip Prospect out. Thanks again for watching. See you next time. Bye.